Well, hello. David Taub here from NextLevelGuitar.com. What's up, good people? How you doing today? Hope you're enjoying your guitar journey. And today, it's time to get the funk out. That's right. We're going to do a little lesson, a primer on funk guitar. The fastest way that I'm able to get my students playing some funk stuff is with 16th note rhythms, holding some chords. So that's what we're going to do first. The funk is really characterized by this intense rhythmic groove. That's what the funk, when I hear it, that's what I really get out of it. And the guitar players are using this particular right and left hand techniques in order to do that. It's kind of characterized by percussive string muting or chucking, and a real kind of accenting, a lot of times on the one, use of a wah pedal, and the 16th note rhythms, and playing chords maybe a little different than you used to, as far as a lot of altered chords like 7-sharp 9s and flat 9s and minor 7 flat 5s and dominant chords 7s and 9s and 11s and things of this nature. So that kind of gives you that funk kind of feel, and a lot of it is you really have to feel it, and it's going to take a little while to get these techniques down, but you can do it, and I'm going to get you there, okay? So it all kind of goes back, for me anyway, with funk to James Brown, him and the guys in his band, Bootsy Collins and Sly Stone, and James Brown really carved out that niche in his sound by really being one of the first in that time to really accent that one, on that one, that strong emphasis on that downbeat. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Really strong, because before that in Motown, it was a lot of accenting off of like a real kind of backbeat type of rhythm. So James Brown kind of changed a little bit, and he was able to kind of carve out this niche. And the funk is heard in music. I mean, its influence is so widespread throughout today. Huge influence on bands like, listen to any Chili Peppers, Red Hot Chili Peppers, and you're going to hear amazing funk stuff on the bass and guitar. Primus, Jane's Addiction, Black Eyed Peas, Rage Against the Machine, Prince, all these bands, real funk. You can hear that funk influences, and many more. So anyway, let's get you going, and the first thing we want to do is work on a 16th note strumming with the right hand or the pick hand. So by 16th notes, we're talking 4 notes per beat. 1 E and a. That's how you count a 16th. 1 E and a, 2 E and a, 3 and a, 4 E. So if I was to play that on guitar without even holding a chord, just holding the strings, it'll sound like 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 and a 4 E and a 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 and a 4 E and a 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 and a 4 E. That's what you want to get down. This right hand 16th. Let me see if I'll slow it down a little bit. 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 and a 4 E and a 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 and a 4 E and a 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 and a 4 E. Okay? The next step is, let's hold a chord down while we're doing that, and let's just pick the mother of all funk chords. Let's pick a 9th chord. Let's play an E9. Very funky chord. If you don't know that chord, I'm flashing you the frets on the screen right now. E9th chord. Okay, it's a root 3rd, 5th, flat 7th, and 9th. And if you don't know what this chord looks like, go to our website, NextLevelGuitar.com, click in the chord library, go down to chords off the A string root or 5th string root, and you could check out this 9th chord up close and personal, a little mini lesson. Also look at the 13th chord, because I'm going to be using that one too. Okay, so if I was to play that 16th note groove with the right hand and just hold this E9 down, E9 chord, it would sound like this. 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 and a 4 E and a 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 and a 4 E and a 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 and a 4 E. Okay, that's what you want to be able to do. That's the strum hand, and that does not stop. This is going to keep going no matter what we're doing with this hand, okay? Because what you're going to do with this hand now is you're going to come off, on, off, on, off, 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 on pressure. Because when you're off pressure, when I'm not pushing that chord down, you get that chucking sound. When I am pushing it down, you get the chord. So let's exploit that. So now all I'm going to be doing is off, on in a rhythmic pattern. And you're going to start to be able to hear how this can start to get the beginnings of a real funky sounding guitar. Look, I'm also going to, with my pinky, I'm going to add that high C sharp note, which is going to make it an E 13th chord. And I'm going to use that as an embellishment. Here's your E9, here's your E13. Notice on the 9th chord too, my thumb, I'm really wrapping it around the top to give me some extra leverage when I play that chord. So here's what it sounds like, and every once in a while I'm going to stop with this hand coming off and on, and you'll see the right hand's going to keep going. You'll be amazed. See the right hand? Doesn't stop those 16ths. 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a... and a 3 and a 4 and a 2. See, so all basically I'm doing is off, on, off, as I'm loosening pressure with the left hand while I continue the 16th note strumming with the right, and you put that together with, and you hear those percussive chucks, add your 13th, and you have the beginning of some really cool funk rhythms. So if you can't get the 16ths yet, that might take you a little bit of practice to get really strong with those and up to speed. Play all downstrokes, but practice that off and on pressure. I'll just do all downstrokes and you could still kind of get some funky sound. So there I was going down, chuck, down, down, chuck, down. So you see how just mixing that up, you get some cool things. Until you are getting those 16ths strong. When you get the 16th strong, then something else that you could add is add a wah pedal. And what I'm going to be doing is I'll just be stepping on the wah in the quarter note. Wah na 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 wah na na wah 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 na na wah na na wah na na wah 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 wah. See, and I'll be accenting with the wah now. And if I don't even play a chord and just hold, you know, no pressure, it'll sound like this. See, so once you get this pattern of just staying in time with 16ths, you could mix it up, do, don't play every 16th, you could throw in like a couple down. So it's more like a feel, and soon you'll get it, okay? And it's going to take a little time, but you can do it. So now if we add the wah pedal, and all I'm doing is the same thing I've been doing before, except now, and I'm just tapping my foot and I'm hitting the wah, and I'll add the 13th and the 9th, and you get some really cool things you could come up with. I'll just mix it up. See the right hand? 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and So it's all just a matter of combining this right hand technique with the left hand technique, and you are in there in the funk, and just really work on those 16ths. And if you want to do a progression, just use a progression with those 9th chords. Do like a 1 4 5. So E9, A7, and B7, and you get a nice little funky progression 1 4 5 that you could be playing very, very soon. So let's throw in the wah, and it'll be something like this. 13. There's that A7. Back to the E9. B. So what I did was I went to the B for the turnaround, to the B7. If it doesn't sound funky at first, it probably sounds a little sterile. that's okay because that means you're getting closer. So keep at it. Rome wasn't built in a day. Keep chipping away, and I will see you soon. Rock on.